Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Faisal Abyan Hakim. In this occasion, I want to share to you, denote to you, and tell to you about my family. From myself, my mother, my father, and lastly, my little sister. I'll tell it to you chronologically. Okay, don't waste the time that we have. Let's start. My family is a good family because I have learned many things, even much things, because this is countless for me. There are many lessons that my father and my mother have taught to me. And family is the first place that educate yourself. Your character is formed by your family. Your behavior is formed by your family whenever you are, because this is the because your family is the first place that educate you. Although there are several places or source that educate you too, but this is the second place, such as school, your school and your place in tabernacle and your place. If you have learned sociology, you have known that how important your family, because your family is very very affect to your behavior in future, in your school, and the other place whenever you are. Okay, now I want to explain and tell about myself. The first time is myself. Okay, I am Faisal Abyan Hakim. I was born in Central Jakarta. I am the first son of my father and my mother marriage, and I have one little sister. She is Hani. The name is Hani. My family has taught to me much lessons, both religion nor common lessons. Um, and I think my family is very important for me for forming my personality. And the next, my mother. I want to tell to you about my mother. My mother is very fussy to me and to my little sister. But I think this is her affection. This is her medium for appearing her affection to her child. Perhaps part of people, assume that fussy mother is very dual, and they are always don't care and always say, I don't care about my mother fussy. This is very contemptible behavior. You must care about my mother, and you must hear what your mother say, because if you want to uh, walk or run to the next step, it's very useful for back you, for assist you to walk to the next step. If you still don't want to hear what your fussy mother say, you will never walk to the next step or move to the next step. This is very essential, and you can take much benefit from your fussy mother and her talking about something very significant for you. My father is very kind person, I think. Although there are several behavior on my father that I don't like, but somehow he is my father, and I really respect to my father. They are much his kindness that I can mention it, because this is countless. You can't count it. There are many, even much you can count it. Okay, I always review because I haven't learning. Sorry, but I can tell to you one of my father kindness. When I was lived in Depok in grade 10, my father always drove me by his motorcycle from Cikarang to Depok. This is not a short time for reach Depok from Cikarang, but my father, with his strength, back me, lift me, okay, was lifted me from Cikarang to Depok City without rest. Even occasionally, my father, when we have arrived in Depok City in my lodge, my father directly go back to Cikarang again. This is, you can imagine what my father uh, is very tired, because this is backpacking activity. And lastly, my little sister. My little sister is very annoyed to me, but they are much her kindness to me. One of her kindness is when she got back home after her school field trip. She always give me a thing. This is very kind, I think. And then she is very annoyed. However, she is my little sister. I love and I give my affection to her. Okay, this is the end of my video. There are much mistake that you found when I'm speaking English, when I'm talking English, because this is the first time that I talking in front of the camera, and I have been learning English. I just start for learning English in 2018. So this is spontaneous of me, and you can assume this is spontaneous problem. Don't take it as serious. I'm forcing myself for speaking English here, but this is the end of my video. So I hope Miss Lindy, as my English teacher in Mount Seven Jakarta, uh, accept will accept my first video, English first video. Okay, thank you for your contribution here, for audience. The truth all are come from Allah, and the mistakes all are come from me. Sorry, the mistakes all come from me. So I'm sorry. Please open your apologize door. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.